Getting it started right now.
In my picture, right? I mean, I don't care if you don't.
We call the meeting to order.
Yep, I think we're good, right, Ray?
Yep, live stream is up and running now.
Okay, I'll call the meeting to order.
All right.
Please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America,
and to the republic which stands one nation
under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, a couple of reminders. The meeting will be recorded and live streamed to YouTube, where the public will have the opportunity to view the meeting live and access it in the future. The recording secretary will perform roll call votes for every vote during the meeting. Public meeting attendees will be able to listen by telephone call-in and participate in public comments by following the directions in the public notice for this meeting. Members and staff will not be muted in the meeting. And that's it until we go to roll call for this meeting. Tim?
Mr. Rhines,
Present, and on Deerfield Township, Mineral Springs subdivision.
Mr. Vogel,
present, Rosebush, Michigan, Denver Township.
Mr. Duffett,
Present, Vernon Township.
Mr. Riley,
I'm Riley, Shepherd, Cole Township.
Mr. Cromer,
Present, Deerfield Township.
I'm a little fuzzy on this one, Tim. It says under B here, request the recording secretary to perform a roll call.
Yep, she just did that.
We just did that, right?
Yep, we just did that. So,
Okay.
so now we're on to just the approval of the agenda at this point.
Right, okay. So a motion and support to approve the agenda as presented. Please state your name first.
Brent Duffett. I'll make a motion to approve.
I'm Riley, second.
And a roll call vote.
Mr. Cromer,
Yes.
Mr. Riley,
Yes,
Mr. Duffett,
Yes.
Mr. Vogel,
Yes.
Mr. Rhines,
Yes,
5 yes, motion carries.
okay. Now, moving on to number 5 on our agenda, the election of officers and the organization part of our meeting. First of all, election of officers. Are there nominations for officers?
So at this point, just as a point of clarification for everybody, we do have a chairman position, a vice chair, and a secretary. We can take a look at them individually and make nominations individually, or you can nominate a slate of officers as a whole. So you can do it as one or individually. It's up to you guys.
Who is the vice chair?
The vice chair right now is Phil Vogel.
It is Phil. Okay.
Yep. So it's Jim as the chair, Phil Vogel, vice chair, and Tom, I believe, is our secretary.
Well, Brent Duffett, I'll make a motion that we keep the slate of officers as is.
Support?
Phil Vogel, support.
Okay, now according to procedure, I'm supposed to ask for nominations 3 more times.
That's correct.
Okay, are there any other nominations? Any other nominations? Any other nominations? Okay, motion and support. Roll call vote. At this time, we'll have a roll call vote. We've had motion and support, right?
Yeah, we've got a motion and a support for the current slate of officers, which is Jim Wyans as the chairman, Phil Vogel as vice chair, and Tom Riley as the secretary.
Hey, Kim, do you want to do a roll call vote?
Mr. Vogel,
Yes.
Mr. Riley,
yes,
Mr. Duffett,
Yes.
Mr. Cromer,
Yes.
Mr. Wines,
Yes.
5 yes, motion carries.
Okay. No, we must establish a meeting day, time, and place for our meeting beginning in year 2021. You should have in your packet the list of dates and the time and place.
Yes, so again, Mr. Chairman, the B and C on your agenda is the establishment of the meeting time, date, and place, and the approval of the 2021 meeting calendar kind of work themselves together, just as a heads up for everybody. The meeting time, date, and place in the past has always been 9 a.m. on the third Wednesday of the month in room 225 of the Isabella County building. We do note this year, obviously, we have this situation with the Open Meetings Act and the requirements for us to be in a virtual world. The calendar that you're looking at are those third Wednesday dates. You guys can change that if you choose to. It's just something that's been that way for more than the 24 years that I've been with the county. And so we've always just left it there. So we prepared it that way for you. You can take this as sort of one motion to approve the date, time, and place and the calendar if you so choose to use those dates.
Are we ready for a motion on that, Tim?
Yeah.
I move that we accept the schedule as presented.
second, Tom Riley,
Roll call vote?
Mr. Wines,
Yes.
Mr. Vogel,
Yes.
Mr. Riley,
yes,
Mr. Duffett,
Yes.
and Mr. Cromer.
Yes.
5 yes, motion carries.
What about C on this, Ray?
No, you're all set.
Okay.
You can move right on to number 6, Jim, with the minutes of November 18th meeting.
Okay, thank you.
Mhm.
Minutes of the meeting, November 18, 2020. You have a copy of the minutes in front of you someplace. Any additions or corrections? Is there a motion and support for the approval of the minutes?
Brent Duffett will move
Tom
to
Riley.
approve.
Are we clear on that, Kim?
I have Mr. Duffett. And who would like to support?
Tom Riley, second,
I beat you, Phil.
Roll call vote.
Mr. Duffett,
Yes.
Mr. Wines,
Yes.
Mr. Vogel,
Yes.
Mr. Cromer,
Yes.
Mr. Riley.
yes,
5 yes, motion carries.
Thank you, Kim. I'm going to ask the host at this time, is there any requests for public comment?
Mr. Chairman, there's no public on the call at this point in time.
So there's no need to open it, is that correct?
You'll open it, but it'll just be immediately closed because there's no comment.
All right, I'll open the meeting to public comment. Close the meeting to public comment.
Thank you.
Staff comments.
The only comment staff has at this time is we'd like to welcome again Mr. Cromer to the board and thank everybody and hope that everybody's staying healthy and safe at this time and hope everybody had a good Christmas and New Year's. We haven't seen you in a while.
Okay, thank you. Motion to adjourn?
who moved?
Got board comments?
Board comments. Board comments, any?
None from me.
Okay, I was kind of tired of getting into Tom's house. The internet service is not available at the township where I was because I need my wife to walk me through this. I haven't really joined the modern world yet, and I'm doing a good job of avoiding it. So I guess there's time for a motion to adjourn.
On the adjournment, the chair can just call for an adjournment, Jim. So you can just call the meeting adjourned.
The meeting is adjourned.
Amen.
All right.
Thank you, everybody.
Thank you.
Thank you. Yep.
Hey, Ray. Am I supposed to get something in the mail to be signing?
Ray, you're muted. Ray, you are muted.
Thank you. Yes, I will get that out in the mail to you as soon as I'm back in the office.
Okay, thank you.
You bet.
All right. Thanks again, everybody. We'll see you guys.
Bye.
Thank you.
All righty.
Hey, Ray, I'll pick up, like I said, give it about 5 or 10 minutes.